Ain't nobody, nowhere, any tougher than you. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Yeah!
I could be any more prouder, fellas.
You got more people on your plane? Right, let this one sink in. Freedom! 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 Freedom!
Yeah. It could have been better, but you know, we hadn't had that much time. Mike Miller, come speak.
I'd like to talk. You never close your eyes. Hey, listen, guys. Listen, losing that game tonight sucks. Okay, we all know it. We all know it, all right? But if that video right there doesn't tell you that this season was so much more than one game tonight, all right, there's nothing we can do to convince you. That video right there goes to show you from the start to the finish how special this year was, all right? And I said it, if I had a crystal ball and knew we were going to go this is exactly how it would end, I would have jumped 2 feet in day one the same way that we did, all right? You guys are a special group of boys. I've been telling everybody all year long that my favorite part of this year is that every single one of you are better young men than you are football players. And you're a hell of a group of football players, which should just go to show the type of kids that you are. All right? Clap it up for yourselves, because you guys deserve it. Yes. And listen, we got Springfield, Clifton Heights, Haverford, Drexel Hill Raiders. Am I missing anything? Anybody playing? Right? St. Dots. We got, listen, St. Aloysius, okay? Right? Listen, this is what the real world is, fellas. This is what the real world is. You reach outside your comfort zone. You make friends with people from different areas, right? From different ways of life. And you guys should be friends for life after this year. A championship trophy would have been great, but to be honest, in the big picture, it doesn't mean crap for this season, fellas. I'm going to be honest with you. It doesn't. All right? Clap it up again for yourselves, fellas. I'm proud of you. And whoa, and one more round. Yo, the queen behind the scenes, we don't have a season without temperature checks, COVID waivers, permits, everything. Big round of applause. Joey Bernard. Yo, big guy, stand up. Stand up, stand up, stand up. The queen behind the scenes. Okay? Yo, we get nothing done without her. Nothing done without her. Right? Big round of applause for your parents. Okay? Because they could have locked you in a closet during COVID. All right? And nobody would blame them. Clap it up for your parents. Clap it up nice and loud for your parents. All right? Hey, be ticked off. Let it bother you a little bit. But then forget about it, fellas. And think about that video and everything you guys did this year. And well, yeah, we got more to go. We got more football to play. All right? Love you guys.
So guys, when I said that I was proud of each and every one of you today, I was proud of each and every one of you today. It's hard to beat a team 3 times. And hey, that team came to play today, but you never quit.
Thank you.
Up until the last play. And I am so proud of all of you guys, because guess what? There were thousands of people before the season started that told us this isn't going to happen. You had people that tried to block us from playing. You had the township that said this isn't going to happen. And thanks to Pete and Julie, it was a lot of hard work. God knows I took a lot of time away from my family and everything, but guess what? Seeing all these smiling faces, well worth it. Guys, I played football for 15 years. Cherish every minute of this season, because it was a season that shouldn't have been, and it was a season that we had a great time. Great group of boys. Thank you for our effort and participation. Thanks to every parent that trusted in us, in Coach Mike, and Pete, and Julie, and myself, and trusted what we had, the plan that we had in place, because we weren't sure that it was the right plan and everything that's going on. But so when you go home tonight, guys, thank your parents for allowing this to happen, right? And all of a sudden, whatever happens next year, look, we don't know what's going to happen next year. But guess what? You guys are friends for life. Your football buddies are your friends for life. You guys might be sitting in a bar 20 years from now, and you're not going to forget this season, okay? Stay in touch no matter what happens. This is a special group of boys, and I'm so very proud of all of you. Thank you.
If you saw her in the bar, buy me a beer.
Okay, last but not least. So, first of all, I want to thank Coach Mike, Coach Ralph, for their experience, their expertise, and their ability to put together both an offense and a defense that was pretty much almost unscored upon, right? And just did a fantastic job. Our offense dominated week in, week out, and all on account of those coaches' dedication to figuring out the right plays, the right defense to make sure we could be successful. My job was just to say a lot of stupid stuff, get stuff pumped up, get guys ready to go, right? Get our linemen ready to go. But when I think about it, there were weeks when, we didn't know if we had practice on Tuesday, if we were going to be able to practice on Thursday, right? Like we were very, very fortunate to be able to pull this thing off. But I'd like to take just a couple seconds to think about how we landed on the name Freedom. Because Coach Ralph and Julie and I, we sat around and we think, well, what are we going to call this thing? What are we going to call it? We didn't know who would show up, and we landed on Freedom because we wanted freedom to represent that we did not want to allow anybody to dictate the risk that we were willing to take to play the game of football. And the families that believed in us, that trusted that we would put the right safety protocols in place and the right processes in place, it all kind of came together, and we are just super grateful. I start every call when we're talking about the coaches just to say thank you, because if you guys didn't decide to play football despite everything that was going on, my kids wouldn't be able to play football. And I'm super grateful that my kids and your kids were able to play football, and it grew into something much bigger. As Coach Ralph said, I played football in high school and in college, and enjoyed playing football all over the country like a lot of people, in a lot of big places, a lot of fancy fanfare and all those things. And what I will tell you is that out of my entire experience playing football, putting this organization together and watching all of the teams come together and compete and be successful is one of the most memorable experiences that I've ever had. I hope that everybody, as we begin to move forward and plan for what we're going to do next, I hope that everybody will continue to put that trust and faith in, and we're gonna have Freedom Football going forward in some capacity. And we hope that the folks that came out and trusted us to put this together in the beginning will trust in us to do it again next year, right? And we're gonna suit up, show up, and execute year in, year out. And you guys are the greatest. I love you all. I think about you in my sleep. Thank you.